All right, this video we're going to talk about a strategy called factor puzzles that will help you solve proportion types of problems. Okay, so we're going to work through two problems. The first one is just with the numbers, so you understand how the strategy works. And then we're going to bounce over to an actual situation and show you how to apply how we use these factor puzzles in an actual situation. All right, so you notice in our factor puzzle, as you are hopefully looking at it, is that a factor puzzle has 4 squares in it, and there will be 3 squares that will be filled in and 1 will be blank. Now, the square that's blank may change. It may be up here, it might be on the bottom, it might be in one corner, left corner, right corner. It doesn't really matter where that square changes. The strategy is the same. And our goal with these factor puzzles is to always figure out what is the missing number. So our end goal, our final answer is going to be, well, what is the number that is supposed to go in that missing square down here? And how we do that is we find factors for the numbers that are filled in. Remember that a factor are 2 numbers that we multiply together to get another one. Okay, so let's get ourselves started. To start, we have to pick one of these numbers and basically find the factors for it. Okay, so I'm going to pick a number that I know doesn't have a whole lot of factors to go with it. That means that it will be less work for me on my end. So if I look over here and I can think of 6, well, what can I multiply together to get 6? Well, I can multiply 3 and 2 together. Now, if I think about it, other than just 6 times 1, that is the only factor pair that I can think of. So 3 and 2 are the 2 factors that I know we have. I'm going to write them over here just to kind of show. Now, I have to put one of these factors the horizontal way and one of them to represent the vertical way, up and down. So I have to put one number here and one number up here. If I think about it, I'm going to put the 3 here and the 2 up top. So how this puzzle works, the 2 side numbers tell you what should multiply into the box. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. Now, the reason I put 3 here and not up here, why I put 3 here and 2 there, is because I have to look ahead a little bit. And I had to look ahead that whenever I put a number in my factor puzzle, I go all the way across and I put the same number all the way across either the row or the column. And so you can see I put the 3 all the way over here. I would go and I would put the 2 down here. And the reason I put the 3 here is because if I would have put the 2 here, there's absolutely no way I could get 21 by multiplying by 2. It just doesn't work. It's an odd number. But I do know there's a way to get 21 with 3. So the trickiest part about these is looking ahead to make sure you don't flip-flop your numbers so that your numbers will work when you move them all the way across. So I look across. 3 is one of my factors. Well, what times 3 gets me 21? Because that's the big number inside. Well, that is 7 times 3. So 7 times 3 is 21. I know I have that one. I put a 7 in there. Whenever I put a factor, I go all the way across and I put it on the other side. Now I look, I'm still missing a factor here and I'm missing a factor here. Well, we don't know what this number is, so it's hard for me to figure out what that factor is, but I can figure out, well, 7 times what gets me 56? Well, 7 times 8 gets me 56. Now, 8, I put it all the way across because that's our rules of a factor puzzle. And then, voila, I have the 2 factors that will get me my missing number. 8 times 2 equals 16. So my missing number is 16, and we've solved this factor puzzle. Now let's take a look at applying this strategy to an actual situation, which was our whole goal. We want to have a strategy when we are dealt with proportion problems. This one says, when Noreen plants 6 tomatoes, Bill planted 10. If the proportion stays the same, how many tomatoes will Bill plant if Noreen plants 21 tomatoes? Now, you notice that I have no numbers filled in because in a situation, we have to fill in our numbers. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to write a little letter up here just because one of the big things when we apply situations is we have to keep the different sides in mind. So in this case, we have Noreen and we have Bill. So I'm going to make this the Noreen column. I'm going to make this the Bill column. I also could have made this row Noreen and this one Bill. It doesn't matter which way you do, up and down or side to side. You just want to make sure that they're all of Noreen's stuff and all of Bill's stuff, or whoever the people are or the things are, the like things stay on like sides. So we have 3 numbers in here, so let's fill it in. So when Noreen had 6 plants, Bill had 10. So I'm going to fill that in. When Noreen had 6, Bill had 10. Now it says, okay, how many tomatoes will Bill plant if Noreen has 21? So we know if Noreen has 21, we're trying to figure out how many Bill would have. So you can see it's set up a factor puzzle. We have that missing number. This one's in a different corner this time, but that's okay. We're going to apply the same rules. So once again, I'm looking at, okay, what's a number that I could start with? Well, I know that 7 times 3 equals 21. So I know I'm going to have to put some numbers here. If I look ahead, I know that I can't put 7 down here on the bottom because 7 times something, I can't get 6. So I'm going to put the 3 down here and the 7 over here. Now, whenever I put a factor, I go and I put it on the opposite side. So my 3 jumps there, my 7 jumps there. Go up here, 3 times what equals 6? Well, 3 times 2 equals 6. I move that 2 all the way over. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I look at 10. What times 2 equals 10? Well, that would be 5. Take my 5, bounce it over. Now I can figure out this last missing number because I have the 2 factors, 7 times 5, telling me my answer is going to be 35. So if Noreen plants 21 tomatoes, Bill will have 35 tomatoes. So that's how we use factor puzzles. Good luck with them. Feel free to refer back to this video if you forget. Sometimes it takes a few watches to kind of figure out the strategy, but I have faith that you can do it. All right, goodbye.